Hello everyone, I am Kavya and in this lesson I will be speaking about the Articles of Association. The lesson mainly focuses on the introduction and meaning of Articles of Association, the contents, the difference between memorandum and articles, and also on the provisions of altering the Articles of Association. Articles of Association is the second important document involved in the formation of a company. It is defined under Section 2 Clause 5 of the Companies Act 2013 and means the Articles of Association of a company as originally framed or as altered from time to time or applied in pursuance of any previous company law or of this Act. These are the internal regulations and bylaws for the management of the company. The Articles of Association contains the provisions relating to appointment, qualification and powers of directors, managing directors, etc. The rights of different classes of shareholders are also mentioned under the Articles of Association. Schedule 1 of the Act provides for tables of model forms of articles for different companies. The Articles of Association has to be divided into paragraphs and must consecutively be numbered and signed by every subscriber. Now we have understood that Articles of Association contains regulations for the internal management of the affairs of the company. The Memorandum of Association defines the objects and powers of the company, whereas the Articles of Association contains the regulations framed to carry out these objects. One of the important point that needs to be noted is that the document must not conflict with the provisions of the Act. Any such provision mentioned under the Article of Association will be held void if it is contrary to the provisions of the law. It also has to include any stipulations between the company and its members. Now we will analyze the difference between the Memorandum of Association and the Articles of Association. The primary difference is in the contents of these documents. Memorandum of Association contains the conditions upon which the company is allowed to be incorporated. However, the Articles of Association contains the rules and regulations framed to govern the internal management of the company. Next major difference is related to the Ultra Vires Act. The company cannot go beyond the objects mentioned in the Memorandum of Association. However, an act beyond the Articles of Association is not void and can be ratified or confirmed by the shareholders. In cases of conflicts in the Memorandum of Association, the Articles of Association cannot override the Memorandum of Association. Therefore, the Memorandum of Association is a primary document and the Articles of Association is a secondary document. In cases of alteration, the Memorandum is more difficult to alter than the Articles. The provisions of the Memorandum can be altered only through a special resolution which is confirmed by the board. However, the Articles of Association can be altered by merely a special resolution and the permission of the board is not required. The binding force of Memorandum and Articles are mentioned under Section 10 of the Act. Section 10 states that, subject to the provisions of this Act, the Memorandum and Articles shall, when registered, bind the company and the members thereof to the same extent as if they respectively had been signed by the company and by each member and contained covenants on its and his part to observe all the provisions of the Memorandum and of the Articles. Firstly, the members are bound to the company by the provisions of the articles. Thus, it creates a contract between the company and its members. In the case of Borland's Trustee versus Steel Bros and Company Limited, the Articles of Association of the defendant company contained a clause that on the bankruptcy of a member, his shares would be sold to a person and at a price fixed by the directors. One of the shareholders was adjudicated as bankrupt. However, he claimed that he was not bound by these provisions, but it was held that it is impossible to say that these terms are not to be observed as there existed a contract between the company and its members. Secondly, just as the members are bound to the company is also bound to its members. In the case of Wood versus Odessa Waterworks Company, the articles of the Waterworks Company provided that the directors may, with the sanction of the company at a general meeting, declare a dividend to be paid to the members. And instead of paying the dividend in cash to the shareholders, a resolution was passed to give them debenture bonds. An action was brought by a member to restrain the directors from acting on the resolution. It was held that the debenture bonds proposed to be paid are not paid in cash. Therefore, the directors were restrained from acting on the resolution. The memorandum and articles do not constitute a contract between the company and an outsider. Therefore, an outsider cannot enforce the provisions of the memorandum and the articles against the company. In the case of Brown versus La Trinidad, an agreement was entered into between Brown and a person as a trustee for the intended company. Under this agreement, Brown was to be the director of the company. There was provision in the articles of the company that the directors should adopt and carry into effect the agreement with or without modification. The agreement was carried on, but a fresh contract between the company and Brown adopting the agreement was not entered into, and therefore the court held that since no fresh contract adopting the agreement was entered into between the company and Brown, the latter had no contractual right to the office of director because the provisions of the articles did not constitute a contract between the company and Brown, who was an outsider. In another case of LA versus Positive Government Security Life Assurance Company, the articles of the company provided that LA should be the solicitor to the company and should transact all legal businesses of the company, and he would not be removed from his office except for a misconduct. LA was a shareholder of the company. He acted as a solicitor for the company for some time, but ultimately the company ceased to employ him as its solicitor on the provisions contained in the articles of the company, but the court held that he could not sue because the articles did not constitute any contract between the company and the plaintiff, that is Ellie, who was an outsider. Finally, we have to understand how far the articles are binding between the members. In the case of Rayfield versus Hans, the plaintiff was a shareholder in the company. One of the clauses in the article required him to inform the directors of his intention to transfer his shares in the company, and also that the directors will take the said shares equally between them at a fair value. According to the provision, the plaintiff notified the directors. The directors contended that they were not bound to take and pay for the plaintiff's share. The court held that the directors are just like members. Accordingly, the directors were compelled to take the plaintiff's share at a fair value. Now we will understand the procedure of altering the provisions of Articles of Association. It can be altered by a special resolution, and this procedure is mentioned under Section 14 of the Act. A company cannot deprive itself of the power of alteration by a contract with anyone. The altered articles has a binding effect on the members. Alteration is subject to two restrictions. Firstly, alteration must not be in contravention to the provision of the Act, and secondly, the alterations of articles is subject to provisions mentioned in the Memorandum of Association. According to Section 15, Every alteration of the memorandum or articles is to be noted on every document, and any deviation from this provision is subject to punishment. To conclude, the Articles of Association is the second most important document in the formation of a company, and it consists of the regulations for the internal management of the company. It helps in the effective functioning of a company. Thank you.